Let's get ready to grumble! Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for Royal Grumble. Greetings to all you grapple fans. See what I did there. Sitting in the corner to my left, it's Daryl.
Yeah, mate.
Hello.
This episode of World of Sport severely lacked the legends, like Johnny Saint.
Right.
Yeah, like Regal.
He's tied up, isn't he?
Like Regal, he's been on it.
Yeah.
And Jimmy Savile. He used to be a wrestler.
Sitting in the corner to my right, it's Dan.
Wrestling.
Yeah, get us off his topic, please.
Have I told the story about how I should have done commentary with Jimmy Savile?
No. Tell the story
wait,
now.
Wait a minute, I must have told you this story.
No.
You've not told us this in our personal lives. Never mind on the air.
Tell the story now.
Me and regular listener to the show, Chris Brammett, were both booked to do commentary on a show in Pontefract. I think it was through Roughneck, actually. I think he got us the booking.
Oh, of course it was.
And the special guest at the show...
Roughneck, the current WAW World Heavyweight Champion.
The special guest at the show was to be Jimmy Savile. And we got an email saying, by the way, he's going to do commentary with you on the final match of the night, which would be like the main event and stuff. So just make sure you brushed up on who the competitors are. I can't remember any other details about the show, apart from the fact it got cancelled about 2 days before it was due to happen.
What, the show or the appearance?
The show.
Devastating.
Yeah, because it'd have been a better story if I could have said I did commentary once with Jimmy Savile. He asked me if I got kids.
Savile pulled out because Paige weren't there.
Would that...
She was underage at the time.
Would that have been...
Funny.
Oh, that's why it's funny.
You know what? I've got a feeling Knights might have been booked on that.
Would that have been a better story or a
remember
worse story, though, if he had done it? You know what I mean?
If he'd have done commentary with Savile and he'd never told us, then I think I'd be fuming.
I'd be annoyed, actually.
No, but you've never told us that you never told us that you've missed out on doing it.
Because it's half a story, probably. That's probably why I've not told you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's Jimmy Savile, the notorious paedophile necrophiliac Jimmy Savile.
If you bring him up in general conversation like we have done now...
No, but the second part, what?
They're all things that he apparently did.
What? Oh,
yeah,
God.
yeah, keys to hospital, didn't he? He used to pop into morgue.
Oh, my God, stop.
Wait, Stoke Newington.
Literally stop.
No.
Stop.
You can't slander the dead.
I don't care. I don't want to hear about it. Oh, my God.
I paid someone to say it and everything.
Why are we not growing listeners? Is there a reason? Is there a particular reason?
Well, it's their fault, isn't it? If they've got a problem with me, then...
Splendid.
We'll call ourselves a true crime podcast. They're big at the moment, so...
Okay.
I'm qualified for that.
There you go then. Well, then use your qualifications and qualifiers out of you. Yeah, do it. I don't know. I'm trying to transition somehow. My transitioning skills have been depleted by the fact that Daryl's bringing up paedophiles.
It's just a fact.
World of Sport Wrestling wrestling's back on ITV. Yay!
There were no paedophiles to our knowledge on the show.
Oh, here we go. Right.
I'm not feeling very well today, so this is making me feel better.
It did take place in that Norwich studio.
Yeah.
Where WAW filmed. So it does
Epic Studios.
It is related to Roughneck because he's their champion. So there you go. And he was having a go at people on Twitter because they were going, this is someone talking about how it was good, and Roughneck was like, oh yeah, well WAW set the course for them, didn't they?
Yeah, mate.
Well done, Roughneck.
I'll tell you what, ITV went to Norwich and were like, oh, this looks good. This looks brilliant. We're going to make our own version of it. Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
When the visionary of British wrestling, Alex Shane, was the one that had the idea. He had the idea, thought, I need a wrestling company and I'm going to invent World of Sport. He invented World of Sport and he brought it to ITV. All hail Alex Shane.
You can't see the salute Daryl's doing.
But just to top that one off, it's probably not the first time Alex Shane's tried to screw over a night, though, is it?
Oh, I almost said
Allegedly.
He probably did, though.
Do you want to...
No,
he
probably didn't. No, it's fine. Everything's fine.
That was sugar on top, that one.
Good.
Yeah.
Was it right? Dan believes that. I don't. So
He were on Good Morning Britain.
yeah.
Thankfully, Piers Morgan went on with him.
It was Ben Shepherd.
Because otherwise, I think the combination of the two C words on in the same television show might have created a black hole.
I think this show could have done with more Ben Shepherd, to be honest. Like Ben Shepherd or anyone.
We've gone down a dark...
Ant and Deck?
Yeah. No, you know what? Like compared to some of the people that on wrestling, Ant and Dec are like innocent. I mean, he's not. He literally did get found
Yeah.
guilty.
Yeah, he's
But-
not.
Yeah. Speaking of which, he got released today. Anyway, there you go. Those of you who can figure that one, you'll know. Actually, he didn't. It's only on bail. All his mates, yeah, good. This is the worst, right? Seriously, if we gained any fans last week, they are already got. I'm really sorry that we're so bad, right? I'm really sorry to anyone listening to this, including me in the future.
I think this is the strongest start we've had to a podcast in a long time.
I'm sure you do. Did you think the World of Sports show had a strong start?
No.
No, why?
They should have started with that Will Ospreay match.
Easily, yeah. Absolutely no question.
Yeah, definitely.
Why wouldn't you? Right, you've got Will Ospreay off of really famous off of New Japan and all that, and you've got literally junior British Bulldog. They called him the British Bulldog Junior, didn't they?
Yeah.
Right. Why wouldn't you start with them?
It didn't make sense. It was like,
There's no narrative reason why they couldn't have started with them.
No. It's like, here comes Stuart in his suit, and it's like Stuart comes down
Stuart?
to the ring. Well, that's what he's called.
I know,
he comes
but
down
that's
to the
just
ring,
hilarious.
and then all the kids are like, it's Wade Barrett. No legal reasons. It's Stuart. Stuart's here.
Stuart Bennett.
Yeah.
Sad news, Stu.
Yeah. So
Why did they not do that? That would have been immediately better.
I've got some sad news. It's gonna be a DQ finish.
God.
so off
No, it's not.
he comes out to the ring, and then he's like, we've got to be serious now. Serious British wrestling.
Yep.
No more Grado.
Well, that's not what he said, but Grado did come out.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. And like, is it a good idea to tell your audience that Grado's not serious or what?
I tell you what was a really bad idea was not having a plant to give the hat to.
Yeah.
Did you see him give the hat to the little kid who looked like he wanted anything other than to be associated with Grado?
Yeah.
What a bad
'Cause
idea.
Basically, as soon as that hat got put on his head, he thought, my mate's going to bully me. Like,
He thought,
I told him it's my cousin that likes wrestling, not me.
he
Yeah.
thought, am I going to get this off my head with my web fingers?
Oh, it's because Norwich, yeah. Because no one from outside Norwich went. Well done.
No.
Anyway, yeah, that like it was clearly a bit of, like the Bret Hart, like, his sunglasses kid wanted to be anywhere else. He probably threw the hat back.
Yeah. In a ECW one night stand.
Do you know when they did the special? I thought Grado was the perfect person for it. A couple of years on, I didn't really agree.
Yeah.
It's I think his star's dwindled a bit since then.
I saw Grado have one of the worst matches I've seen live this year. It weren't entirely his fault. His opponent weren't great in it either.
Who
But,
was he facing?
Drake.
What, off of rapping?
No, not that one.
Kitty, do you love me? Are you riding?
Hotline Bling.
Oh yeah, sorry. You used to call me on my. I know when the hotline bling.
Yeah, that's the one I know.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, not that one.
Yeah, but
So he's called Drake. You
It-
can't just call yourself
I think he works elsewhere as HT Drake, but it in
IHC
Defiant.
Drake. I've heard of
Yeah,
him.
and he's just Drake in Defiant.
Well, that's just no, that's not allowed.
no.
Well, the thing I
What
was
if
gonna,
there's a wrestler and he's like, "Hello, I'm Prince.
see,
Here I am. I'm Prince.
I,
Just Prince."
I'm on
Don't Prince of
transition
me.
game this time.
You what?
Mentioned Defiant. I'm on the transition game this time.
Oh yeah.
Remember when we reviewed the first episode? Well, we were going to review the first episode of Defiant's TV show. What was it?
Well, it was back when it was What Culture Pro Wrestling.
And what
yeah.
was their show called? Reload.
We did. I don't know. We did definitely watch
Their
it.
first episode,
It was
and
awful.
the first match ended in a DQ, and we ranted for ages about how like a screwy finish on your first match is the worst possible thing you can do. And then World of Sport did the same thing. And I just want to point out, I'm not going to say the guy's name, but he's the guy who booked What Culture is a consultant on this.
Oh, okay, interesting.
on the credits, one of the consultants was Douglas Durdle.
Yeah.
Just saying.
It
That's
went-
not,
I know
that's
that
not him.
is.
Yeah, we know who that is.
I
Don't we?
know
'Cause we're
that is, yeah.
insiders.
Insider. Ooh,
Yeah.
insider.
If you think of British wrestling and you know somebody called Douglas, yeah,
Yeah.
he's not called
Probably-
Durdle though.
no, it's
yeah.
probably him, isn't it?
No,
Let's be honest.
it's Doug Williams.
Yeah.
Doug Williams.
Yeah.
I thought that was Nigel McGuinness's real name. Was Doug Williams.
What?
I tried to tell. I really wanted Nigel McGuinness's real. Like Nigel McGuinness's real name. I
Yeah.
wanted it to be Doug Williams, and that's why I had to come up with a different name. Oh no! Someone's already taken my name. I'll have to go by Nigel McGuinness.
Yeah. So we were talking about Grado a minute
Yeah.
ago.
Yep.
He came back to ICW at weekend at Shug Zeus party.
Is that us done with World of Sport? Or we
No,
carrying
no,
on?
I'm
Okay,
just
checking.
no,
that's
I'm
fine.
just saying.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
so
fine, yeah.
he
Shog's Who's Party.
yeah, that's the one. I
Fine.
can't pronounce it. Yeah.
No, sorry.
So he came out as, I don't know if he was a surprise guest, because they were all chanting for Grado to come out.
No,
But-
it weren't surprised.
Well,
Yeah, no, he was a surprise, but he wasn't a surprise if you get my drift.
yeah,
They knew he was coming back,
Hmm.
but he wasn't supposed to be at Shogsu's party.
yeah. So Jackie Polo on second night wanted his rematch against Lionheart, but Jeff Jarrett were there as general manager for the weekend, and he was like, no, but I'm going to give you a different match. And Grado came out, and he got a massive pop. I think Grado works in certain places, and I think he's very, I don't know, it's very specific if you think about it. So like with the whole ICW thing, it's similar how I was saying about NXT with Bayley. It is like everything was built up and built up and built up in that environment, and then it had its big thing, and then he's tried to make it work somewhere else, but there's not got that backstory elsewhere. So you've just got bumbling idiot Grado as a main eventer.
See, in the special, it worked because that was him. He came on, and like by the end, he won because like he went through that. Because remember at the start, he was in the opening match, wasn't he, with Dave Morales?
Yeah,
Sorry, Dave Mastiff.
the human hate machine, Dave Morales.
Yes, and then he lost that match. Then he got back into the Rumble, won the Rumble by like almost a fluke, with support of Davey Boy Smith Jr., and then won the title at the end. It was like a triumph story. This is a bit like you say, an idiot story. Plus, also, like I say, I think his stars sort of dwindled a little bit.
See,
Yeah.
like for us, I think it has. But in terms of a casual audience who will watch this, I think he's fine. Like he'll be all right, and they'll do all right with him.
He's fine, but I don't think he's as like popular as he was then. I think being in TNA and losing ICW has dropped him off a little bit.
See, in all my discussions about this the last few days, like I instantly recognised this isn't the show for me.
Oh,
Like, it's
definitely.
not-
I
it's not
watched
my-
this and thought you'd hate it.
Yeah, it's like I don't hate it. Like it's fine to put on and watch and stuff, but it's not the type of thing I gravitate towards, and that's fair enough. Like I'm not the audience they're going for. They don't want my audience because if they did, they wouldn't get any ratings. But I've got plenty to complain about on the production side of things that they're supposed to be the best at. In terms of the wrestling in the ring, I'm not going to comment much on it. Like
Well, we can comment on the opening match where they
Yeah.
came out and like five blokes all just came out together. And it's like, here they are, all 5 blokes, but they're all 5 blokes that are about to have a match. And it wasn't really clear like who was friends with who
Yeah,
until
weird,
one of them
wasn't it?
smacked one of them on ramp, and then like who's who
See,
here, you know?
I know I just said I wouldn't complain about wrestling. The finish of this match was ridiculous.
Oh, yeah,
That's the
well,
only
what
thing
about-
I've got to
what about-
complain about?
What about Crater getting DQ'd for holding the ropes too long?
And they replayed
Not-
it too.
Not even like whacking him in nads. Like, you do that. Whack him in nads.
He got the Andre
Yeah.
the Giant Survivor Series 89 or 90
Probably.
thing. There was a match where Andre the Giant, Jake Snake Roberts was the last survivor as his team, and the entire of Ted DiBiase's team was still in the match. So Andre the Giant got Jake the Snake in the corner and choked him out and got DQ'd, which left him completely vulnerable for Ted DiBiase to come and pin him.
See, like, even
Kinda
that
like
would
that.
have been better if, like, he choked him or something. Like, anything other than, oh, he's holding him slightly in the ropes a bit. What's that?
Well,
Even in a corner.
I don't mind them establishing a rule set. Like, so if the referee's gonna look like he's an authority figure and be like, right, you've got a count of 5. You know, a bit like him off of Gladiators with Whistle.
John Anderson.
Yeah,
yep.
John Anderson. I want to
Still
say John
remember his-
Andrews. I want to say John Andrews, but I knew that was wrong.
But, you know, I still remember his name. That
Yeah.
establishes, again.
Because he had a bit of authority about him.
And
So like,
Scottish, so.
yeah. So Steve Linsky, I thought, oh yeah, let's have a bit of authority about him. He DQs him, and I weren't that bothered because I thought they had to get him out of there if they weren't going to have him win match because obviously he's a big guy.
Which I get that, yeah.
But then they just undermined all of his authority when he,
Rampage just slipped back in ring.
yeah.
The referees let him do it. The referees let himself down.
referee's let himself down here. It's all gone tits up. So I tell you what, that was a disgrace. I'm Wade Barrett. No, not Wade Barrett. No, don't sue me, please. Sorry.
Do we invoice Stu
Yes,
Barrett
invoice Stuart Barnett or whatever his bloody name
what are we
is.
invoicing him for?
for him just swearing?
I don't agree.
I don't think that was a swear word.
And frankly, both of you haven't paid in the last few weeks, so you two need to pay first.
I gave a box of Jaffa Cakes as interest. So,
That's not the same thing.
it is
I sound a bit more
swearing
like Jeremy
based-
Clarkson now. It's going a little bit.
Okay.
based on the George
World of
Carlin's
sport.
Word You Can't Say on Television sketch.
Yeah,
but
he always brings that up.
Yeah, but
like,
we're
I
not-
think that's a good barometer
I
for.
know,
But we're
we
not
don't
on,
think that,
we're
you
not on
mentioned it a lot.
TV, so
But we have a swear jar.
he mentioned
where-
necrophilia once, and you're having a go at me for saying something went tits
it's
up.
not
I ain't
swearing.
having
That's
it.
not swearing.
Exactly.
Necrophilia is not swearing.
Yeah, I know, but my point is neither is going tits up. Anyway,
I
bloody
would-
rampage is in the match, isn't it?
I
And
was
that fellow whose
disappointed
name I didn't know.
about lack of Robbie X.
He'll be on it, don't worry.
Yeah.
He'll be on ladder match next week or whenever it is.
Oh, yeah.
Soon.
We've got Kip Sabian though. I quite like Kip Sabian.
Tag match were alright. Joe Hendry
Yeah.
and Martin Kirby. I saw that coming a mile off, obviously. Because
Yeah.
it's Martin Kirby. But I can get that no one would see it. Like, theoretically, that audience wouldn't see it from Martin
Did
Kirby.
they announce him as Mr. Bad Attitude as well?
Yeah.
I can't remember when, like last time I heard him use that nickname, but I was happy to see him on TV.
Probably
still.
an NWL.
Yeah.
There you go. There's a reference. Yeah, that was alright. Joe Hendry and Martin Kirby against, was it Yestin Reese and Kip Sabian?
Yep.
Yep, they're doing little tag titles. That were alright.
Yeah. Oh, can we talk about the few backstage segments they did, like the interviews?
Yes.
So, in WWE, when they do this and they're just like backstage in production areas and stuff, I don't mind it as much because WWE's a big production and the way they present themselves, they're in arenas and all this. Do you not think it looked a bit Powland that they were just in front of some like production crates and the belts were just resting on these crates? Do you not-
The
think
belts thing wasn't great, but
Yeah.
I'm not on.
I'd have liked the belts to have been like. I'm a bit of a belt mark, but like, I'd have
Obviously.
liked the belts to be like on like little podium things or on little like little table.
Yeah, they don't have podiums in Norwich, though, do they?
Do they not?
After the pedestrianisation of the city centre.
See, I think that's the thing of production that bothered me the least.
Oh yeah, there was far more worse things production wise. Can I just say, in case I forget to say it later, I am going to watch the full 10 episode run if it makes it 10 episodes.
Oh,
Because,
same, yeah.
Because like, as much as we are criticising it, I think it is a good thing for British wrestling in the long run that in like ITV have put some on. Like, I don't know if it's classed as prime time, but they've not tucked it away at 3 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
It's like tea
3
time.
a.m. in the morning, not 3 a.m. at night.
All right, you're having a go at me all the time.
Yeah, I am,
you know.
yeah. But you started it.
Stop. Why?
You brought up Savile within 5 minutes.
Well, having a go at you. I wouldn't say you're Savile.
I hope not.
No.
No,
Been down that route. No. All I'm going to say is we've been down that route before. Carry on.
that's brilliant.
Carry on.
No, you can't.
Carry on. Okay, I'll carry on. Right.
Can I do my list of production annoyances?
yeah, go on.
Right, it's all about
Okay.
the camera cuts, isn't it? Let's be honest.
No, so the first thing that I noticed, the mics weren't leveled.
Oh.
I make you do the mic leveling every episode now
Yeah, although
to
I
make
mean,
sure it's
if we're gonna that happened a lot last week, so let's do.
yeah. But at the same time, my gear isn't ITV's gear. I haven't got the ITV budget. I've managed to put all this in my back bedroom and somehow get better audio quality sometimes than they did on this show. The amount of times the mics were distorting drove me insane. You know how bad I am for production stuff and how much it annoys me when there's bad production, especially when they've got a budget to do something about it. Like, either tell Barrett and Alex Shane that to keep the voices down a tad, or if you think they're going to be a bit loud, give him a bit of room, knock the gain down a little bit.
In this
and the
climate, you
volume.
can't tell the lady to keep her noise down a bit, mate. Like, so if you tell SoCal, just pipe down, SoCal, pipe down. It's a bit sexist, that.
Yeah.
You can't do
Wait,
that. You're a woman.
Stu
hater.
Barrett was
I'm
the
offended.
worst. Sad News Stu was the worst offender for distorting the mics, which really bugged me. And then there's the camera cuts.
Yep.
But to be honest, the camera angles were pretty bad in the first place. But this is from someone who watches a ton of wrestling. And then the camera cuts were really frustrating. Again, I'll say the thing of this isn't aimed at me. Like, this product isn't probably aimed at me. It's aimed at very casual wrestling fans and people who might be getting ready to go out on a Saturday night or something, and they've just brought the kids home from football and they want something to watch on TV. But at the same time, like, if I had ITV's money, and I feel like I'd put on even like 100 times better production than this. It drove me insane through the show. That's the thing that put me off the show the most. Like, I didn't care. Like, the DQ at the beginning annoyed me a bit. I was more annoyed at when they did the replay of Crater getting DQ. The camera was shaky, and it really bugged me. Like, things like that really just annoy the hell out of me.
Is this basically family-friendly Wrestling Society X?
Yeah.
It is a bit in it.
Yeah.
Which I'm all right with.
No Piranha Deathmatch.
But that's what it is. It's like.
Do you know what? If Wrestling Society X were around nowadays, it'd be a Netflix special, wouldn't it? And it wouldn't have got cancelled.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I've got the DVD. Of that
So I've
somewhere.
got DVD on Wrestling Psyx. It's amazing. Have you, Graeme? Have you seen it? Have you seen the full run?
No, I saw a lot of it, but I didn't
Yeah.
see the full run. No.
Oh, it's brilliant. Like,
Yeah.
but not in a like, oh, Daryl finds it brilliant, but it's rubbish. I mean, like, it's actually it's good.
There's a
It's very
bedding in
good.
period of an episode or two where you kind of like getting you. Actually, you'll probably be used to the camera cuts now, but at the time it seemed a bit excessive.
Well, yeah, because it's the matches are that cut up. You have to kind of get used to it.
Yeah.
But if you go into it not expecting a
But-
WWE thing, then it's,
Well, it's
fine.
like I saw some people complain about the fact that their replays weren't picture in picture, but I get why. Like, they do that to
Yeah.
cut down matches.
Yeah, and it's an edited show, so it doesn't matter. You're not missing anything.
Yeah. Plus, also, like, on something like Ninja Warrior or Total Wipeout, which basically, let's be honest, this is wrestling Total Wipeout. This is wrestling Ninja Warrior. That's basically what this is doing the role of, or what we want it to do the role of, innit? It's
Yeah.
that sort of sports entertainment type show that you can whack on at 5 o'clock, kids will watch it, parents will watch it, and they'll be like, oh, that was all right for an hour. You know, whilst they're ordering their Dominoes or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they're rich parents. I mean, my parents were like Bella Pizza, so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is that one what we had? Where it's a massive square pizza.
Yeah,
that's
that's
actually
actually,
quality,
yeah, it's
that.
actually quite good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's heart attack in a box, but it'll.
The Royal Grumble podcast, sponsored by Bella Pizza. It's heart attack in a box.
No, if they're gonna sponsor us, like, you know, send us a square pizza every so often. That's all I'm asking. Yeah, I don't even want money.
Maybe 2 square pizzas for difference in diets.
Well, all right.
You're getting
Because-
half and half.
Yeah, get a margarita.
I want
put-
some on
We'll
it.
throw some. Here he is. Oh, I want something on it, but don't make it be a Daryl Rumble. Sorry, I couldn't not do it. I couldn't not. I'd started, so I had to finish.
I actually had to do the douchey thing today. Of I'm going on a course.
Did you have to
with,
do it? I'm going to ask. Did you have to do it?
Yeah,
Or did you
because
want to do it?
otherwise I wouldn't have had anything to eat at the course. But they've asked if you've got any special dietary requirements, so I actually had to write in that I'm a vegetarian on a work course form.
Say
so
vegan.
No, I'm not vegan.
Well,
No,
I know, but
If I was a vegan, then I would literally have nothing to eat because the options will be what there always are with the NHS:
Egg.
cheese or egg.
Yeah.
Like
Egg.
there's no other option.
The Royal Grumble podcast, sponsored by NHS. It's just cheese or egg.
I went on a work do once, and no, there were a buffet.
Yep.
And there were a vegetarian sat in front of me, and she would do my head in all day. So I went up and got as many cheese sandwiches as possible, so she couldn't have anything to eat. And I'm not even sorry for it.
Do you know what? That's extra devious. That's like, because the simple thing to do would be, I went and got some meat and ate it in front of her, but she'll have seen that several times. You've gone the extra mile.
Yeah.
I got a breakfast in the canteen this morning, and they didn't have any Quorn stuff out like they normally do. So I asked, "Oh, have you got any Quorn stuff?" And they said, "Oh, we don't get many of your type coming in."
Of your type.
I was like,
Your
"Oh,
type.
okay."
We don't get your sort in here very
yeah,
often.
I'll just have egg and beans then, won't I?
We don't get your sort in.
Oh, we're
Ne-
excited for World Sport next week.
Next week's the women's championship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Be all right. Kaylee Ray, Viper, and someone else whose
Bea
name escapes me.
Priestley.
There you go.
Oh,
That'll
I
be
know
all right.
all them.
That'll be all right.
Yeah.
Viper was on telly recently.
Mm.
Little documentary. She's probably more famous than Grado is at the moment, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think so. And they're all like,
Her
Mae Young
documentary got
Classic.
higher ratings than World of Sport did.
there you go then. Get her on.
Because World of Sport got was it a 0.93 or something like that? But it works out like I can't remember exactly.
What I read, where
For-
it worked out over 1 million viewers.
Yeah.
And World Sport were boasting on Twitter that it's the most viewed wrestling show in like 30 or 40 years.
So
or
wait,
something.
did it beat 5-star wrestling?
Uh,
Oh my god, really?
I mean, it's like the scale I used to use with rating best matches I've seen live. I didn't include Kenta matches.
Right.
So you don't include 5-star in that.
Oh. All right then.
How can you compete with Carlito and Chris Masters?
How indeed. So Kane's going to be the mayor, right?
has he won?
Well, it was on Thursday, so
Oh,
yes, he won.
Yeah, okay.
Kane is the mayor. Well done, Kane. Or unlucky Kane. You should have lit a fire under Knox County harder.
What if this is all just a massive storyline and lighting a fire in the Knox County means he's literally going to set the town on fire Friday morning?
That'd be a big. That'd be a good. That'd be a good angle for SummerSlam, wouldn't it? Like you'd watch SummerSlam based on that.
What if he starts a forest fire?
The Miz
Would
cutting a
you- there
promo
you go.
SmackDown
There's a
next
question.
week.
Would a forest fire make you more or less likely to watch SummerSlam?
More?
Good. See, there you go. Promotional tactic.
You can imagine the Miz's promo next week. You should quit and your mate set fire to a town.
Yeah, well, well, I mean, this week's promo was a bunch of babies, literally. They got Daniel Bryan was like having a go at him, and I mean the Miz's promo work was still really good. Like Daniel Bryan said, "Oh, come out here," and he was like, "I'm not coming out there because." And Daniel Bryan's like, "Well, you're a coward then." He's went, "Oh, am I a coward? Right. Last time you called me a coward, I had a go at you, and you walked off. Oh, so who's the coward here, mate? Anyway, I'm not coming out. Here's a bunch of babies calling you a baby. Bye." Smith, he's mint.
In case you didn't hear my phone, I'm going to stick with the rule.
Good. Follow the rule.
No worries, dude. I need to get a library card.
I mean, if I had £1 for every time I got that exact text, I'd have no pounds. Brock Lesnar was on Raw this week. Finally came back, didn't he?
Yeah, this was fun.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So, what did you enjoy more this week? Did you enjoy Samoa Joe tearing up AJ Styles on SmackDown, or did you enjoy Brock Lesnar reading magazines on Raw?
Neither, but it's very closely linked to Brock Lesnar reading magazines. It's all the memes created after the fact. All the photoshops of Brock Lesnar's magazines that he was reading.
I saw where they're reading Gigantic Asses magazine, which I particularly enjoyed. Yeah.
Him reading his wife's Playboy magazine. Him reading Shawn Michaels' Playgirl magazine.
Which you have.
The Necronomicon.
Kind of. Yeah, I don't know what that is.
From the Evil Dead films.
The Evil Dead book that you read it and all the Evil Dead come up.
Yeah.
Like, all right, where are the Evil Dead? I mean, that's not a direct quote from the film, if I'm honest.
Okay.
I'll follow your soul.
So the magazine he was reading...
Well, the magazines he was reading were already funny enough, I think.
the Backwoodsman.
Yeah, that was one of them, but they had separate ones. Did you not see that they had more than one?
I'm going to level it, mate. When I was watching it, I was half asleep, so no.
He had multiple magazines, right? One of them was the Backwoodsman. The next one was like Modern Huntsman or something. He had several magazines about him killing stuff. And, of course, the most relatable one, specifically for you, I think, Dan, but also for many of us. Heyman's like, "Oh, have you seen what they're saying?" And he goes, "I don't watch the show. Why would I watch the show?"
That is highly relatable for me.
Brock Lesnar, WWE Universal Champion, with apparently three appearances left on his deal.
So he wins at SummerSlam then, and his final appearance is at Raw next night, innit? Because it's a massive swerve.
Yep, that's it, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, if
And
he beats Roman again, is there even any point in him being up roster?
Yeah, but he's going to beat Roman, isn't he?
You reckon?
Yeah, because my working theory at the minute is he beats Roman, and it's whoever's Money in the Bank holder cashes in. No, could be Kevin Owens though, couldn't it?
No.
Oh.
Why?
There's no way in the world that Kevin Owens is pinning Brock Lesnar.
Yeah,
No,
but he
there's
needs
not.
to get his heat back, doesn't
I'll
he?
tell you right now, they're not doing that. There's no way in the world.
I would love my life so
See,
much.
I want Roman to win.
If fat Kevin Owens, why?
Because I want this to be
You
over.
stopped in mid-thought. That's never happened.
Why?
I want this to be over. Every 6 to 9 months to a year, having to go through this exact same thing. It's been 2.5 years now. Let's just get it over with.
Yeah, but he's not over, and he's rubbish.
Yeah, but we get this part over with, and then we continue with his lives and do something else that's not repeating ourselves every 6 to 12 months. I just want it done.
It won't be repeated,
Same
would
as
it?
it ever was.
Because Brock Lesnar will be gone now. So, like, Brock Lesnar still beats him because he hates Roman Reigns in real life, I imagine. That's why he won't lay down for him.
They'll bring him back just to lose to Roman at some point, because that's what they wanted to do this time. And then they get cold feet again. I just want them to get it over and done with.
Once in a lifetime. Do you think Once in a Lifetime was actually written many years in advance about The Rock and John Cena off of that show where they did it once in a lifetime and then they did it again the year
David
after?
Byrne is magical, so...
David. He's a big wrestling fan as well, isn't he? I mean, you can see it from suit. He wears the same suit as John Cena, so you know.
I've got that DVD in there.
John Cena definitely goes to Vince McMahon's tailor.
Oh yeah,
we've agreed on that, haven't we?
Because
started watching Total Bellas this week. Just get your suit game. Get your suit game in check, John Cena. Oh my God.
Well, you know what happened, don't you? Vince, like, when Cena, just before Cena became a massive star, Vince said, "I'll introduce you to my tailor." And then because Cena's such a nice guy, he like couldn't say no to him. So he now just goes to Vince's tailor and gets the suits measured how Vince gets his measured.
Yeah, that's definitely.
Well, my arms are so vascular.
Hey, get an extra shoulder room for them shoulders. Get shoulder room for the shoulders, buddy. How would you like the pants? He wants the pants baggy. Baggy, that's how people want them. They want extra room for calves.
And grapefruits.
And grapefruits.
And knee support things for when you tear both your quads getting in and out of the ring.
Oh, you really could do with them. As if Vince would have knee supports even if he did tear both quads again. He'd be like, I don't want no supports. I can do it on my own.
I
He
fully
walked out,
believe.
remember?
I fully believe he had them sewed into like under his skin, just so people couldn't see him being weak.
It's an interesting theory.
I've had many theories about them. I can't remember what the last McMahon theory I had was, but it went on for a bit. I can't. remember what it
Yeah, I
was.
think it did. Yeah. Speaking of going on for a bit, Cedric Alexander and Ty Dillinger are in a bit of bother, aren't they? And may or may not be fired.
Yeah, it worries me a little bit because, like, I could still get employed by WWE because I am retired, but I will come out of retirement for them. And if
Would
they
you come out of retirement just for 205 Live, though?
probably,
Yeah, probably.
and if they see some of my heinous tweets or listen to the opening of this podcast, for example,
Yeah.
I'll be fired.
I mean, in terms of old tweets being brought up and used against you sometimes, this happened to me the other day, legitimately. I'm trying to find the tweet right
You
now.
didn't
so I
make a
can
rape
show
joke,
you.
did you?
No.
I almost certainly did at least once, so I hope this isn't a new thing.
I don't tell me the person has unliked it, so it's disappeared from my things. I had a random notification saying, "Oh, you had so and so liked your tweet." And I'm just trying to find out. Can you Phil just while I see if I can
Oh,
find it?
well, yeah. Do you know, talking to social media from the past, occasionally I get this thing on Facebook where it says, "Oh, 10 years ago you posted this." I think, oh, it's so tragic. Not that I'm any better now, but like I hide it now.
Yeah. I mean, like, my worst tweet was, you remember years ago, I was like, oh, I'm waiting up Raw just to watch Zack Ryder. Horrible. That's a real thing that I did. And I apologise for it every day. I'm sorry, everyone.
Okay.
I'm really sorry.
I think it's disappeared now.
Probably for the
But
best.
it was a page that was like Garofalo fans.
Right, why have you added an extra syllable to that?
What?
No,
Because-
not Mark Ruffalo.
What?
Janine Garofalo.
I don't know. Who that is.
Okay.
She was in Mystery Men. A tweet I posted nearly 10 years ago.
Oh,
saying-
you definitely said you wanted to do a bad rape on her, didn't you?
No, I didn't. All I said was, does anyone else think Janine Garofalo's a bit sexy? And someone liked it nearly 10 years after the fact.
Ah. You didn't.
I've
That's
got
a
a
bit
type for
weird.
that type of woman. I don't know what it
That's
is.
a bit weird.
You didn't threaten to do a rape on her though, so it's
No,
all
but-
right.
Yeah.
See, if people like will go back that far back on tweets by me, Cedric Alexander should have seen this coming. But at the same time, it's a bit.
I deleted
crap.
a lot of my old tweets.
Yeah.
I downloaded an app that would delete them all at once, and it deleted them all at once
It's a good
because
idea.
I didn't know what I'd said. It
Yeah.
passed, so I thought if I just delete them all,
Yeah, you're all right, aren't you?
yeah,
That's probably a good idea. I should literally look into that.
yeah.
But anyway, we said earlier.
Well, they both apologised, so whether or not that has cost them their careers, I hope not.
Can I just say, right?
wait,
No, because
I
I don't need it,
you
right?
no, but you do need to
Do
do
I?
it. Yeah.
Okay.
we haven't done it.
This
in
is
a
for
while.
all of us. Don't forget.
Okay, right.
It limits any of us to, like, if he tries to go beyond that 2 minutes and 2 seconds.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's Song Woo time.
Can you tell
innit?
me if it's playing or
Are you
not?
ready?
Oh yeah,
There we
right.
go.
All I'm saying is, like, yeah, if you make it's a bad joke, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. 10 years ago,
Yep.
don't deserve to lose his job
Now,
for a joke that he made 10 years ago when he wasn't even employed by the company.
yeah, that's the kicker for me, is like he wasn't employed by. Now, if they went back and went, so hold on, we employed you and you did this. Well, I don't agree with it because I think people change, but I totally get why they would go, well, actually, you were part of our employ. But if he's not even employed by them at the time and he's apologised, look, I'm not by any sense like justifying what they said, but I'm justifying the fact that people should be able to apologise for mistakes they made before.
Yeah,
This is the James Gunn argument all over again, isn't it?
It's exactly
Which was
that.
really rich coming from Disney, considering some of the stuff in their history. But
Or they're present like Johnny Depp.
yeah,
They literally employ Johnny Depp. So even if we don't go into some of the stuff they've done before, have we got anything further to say on this matter?
no, I'm done.
nah, people change.
I think they do, really. Ultimately, yeah.
But what if you're Hulk Hogan? Have you changed that then, or is that different?
Well, he clearly hasn't changed, though, has he? Because, like, you know what I mean? It was like,
Hulk
I'm really sorry, brother, and all I gotta say is, watch who you're talking in front of. Yeah, well done, Hulk. That's quality astrology there, mate. Hulk looked really weird without his moustache, didn't he?
I've not seen a picture of him, mate.
No, but you remember when he had, like,
Oh, from
Dungeon of
ages
Doom,
ago.
1993?
Yeah, he does, yeah.
I just saw another picture of it the other day.
Yeah.
It looks like a woman off of Coronation Street.
It looks like Russ Abbott.
Yes, that's who it looks like.
Is that a reference for you as well?
No.
You're not that young. Come on, Russ Abbott. You were a staple in my youth.
Yeah, but like, how old are you?
I'm 31.
Yeah, I'm 27. So like.
Yeah, we're both in our
there's-
20s, so we're both, yeah, we're both in our 20s. That's what?
What now? Yeah.
Well, yeah,
but
we're both in
like-
our 20s. Look. Well, I mean, you know, it's just.
Yeah,
we're
when the
both-
listeners are listening now.
but don't say it, we're both in our 20s. That's,
Right.
you know, so let's. You know, don't need to be specific.
TikTok.
All right, you're odd. Apparently, Jason Jordan and Dean Ambrose might be coming back soon.
Yay!
Do you know what the plans for both of them are?
Put Dean Ambrose back in the Shield and put Jason Jordan back with Chad Gable.
Yeah, it's that. Just straight up stick them back where they were. Yeah, that's literally the plans.
Okay.
Which is probably the best thing for both of them.
Let's not mention Jason Jordan being Kurt Angle's son ever again.
Yeah,
Yay.
that's probably what'll happen. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
just awkwardly gloss over it. Why not?
it's really difficult to be excited
Angles.
about a lot of stuff in WWE. Apart from Brock Lesnar reading magazines.
Yeah. Is that really super? I'm more excited about Samoa Joe and AJ Styles, to be perfectly honest. I know that sounds bad, but I'm more excited about that.
I feel like I should be, but I'm not.
Yeah, I will be, because it's different. AJ Styles is what he's
Best wrestler in the world.
well, he is, but like, what's happened to him?
What do you mean? What's happened to him?
Well, like, you know, remember when CM Punk was the world champion
Yeah.
and he wasn't headlining because like John Cena versus Kane was important.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what's happening to AJ Styles right now, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's a bit. Why is he at mid card? I thought they liked him.
Short though, isn't he?
But yeah, but like, you know, a lot of people are short. Speaking of which, I was about to say Dolph Ziggler's short, right? So why is Dolph Ziggler cosplaying as Chris Jericho from 1999? He straightened his hair.
Because he got done with cosplaying as Billy Gunn from 1999.
That's about right. Yeah, yeah. He straightened his hair.
Yeah.
He's no longer noodle-headed. So, there you are, you spaghetti-headed fuck. I'll pay the.
On that note,
Yeah, good.
Let's rewind.
Let's not talk about the G1 because you don't want G1 spoilers, do you?
Yeah, apologies. There's no G1 this week.
Yeah,
We're recording. I'll break Fabe, brother.
Break Fabe.
Yeah,
You're not even
I don't
saying
know.
kayfabe.
Can he put money in the jar for that?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, yeah.
I'm not putting money in the jar for that. We're recording this really early in the week, and I haven't watched the shows from Sunday through to today on the day we're recording, and I don't want to see spoilers because I decided to watch American Rana on Monday night instead, and then I forgot what I did last night.
Right. Well, we're also recording late enough in the week that we didn't talk about Brian Christopher and
Oh yeah,
Nikolai Volkov died this week.
Yeah, somebody else as well, mate.
Brickhouse Brown.
Yeah, I'll level with you. I hadn't heard of that person, but fair
He
enough.
was the guy they wanted to replace Junkyard Dog.
Ah, so they gave him a relatively similar name.
Yep.
Interesting. Makes sense. I don't have a great deal to say about any of these. One of them's incredibly sad.
I didn't even know Brian Christopher / Brian Lawler was in prison.
No, I only found out that due to this as well. Yeah, yeah.
See, with both of them, I really like Nikolai Volkov because I like a foreign heel gimmick when it's done well. So
Do you remember when Grandmaster Sexy came back for a night?
That was mint.
Yeah. He came back and did the, like, he was wearing this shirt and tie, and he was Michael Cole's mate, and he still did the dance.
That was quality.
The shovel dance, and then like slapped Jerry Lawler in the face.
Yeah.
see,
Yeah.
the Brian
Or a
Christopher
quite good
one,
angle.
the Brian Christopher one is really sad.
Yeah, it really is.
The fact that like he wasn't able to get help, and here we are.
Yeah, there are a lot. There's so much stuff around that. I don't even think I can start
Yeah,
on Brian Christopher. But yes, sad.
it's very sad, especially like the way it happened as well. It's not nice on any front really, and
Read a nice story about Brian Christopher. He was working in an indie show. It might have even been in the UK. But he was working in an indie show, and the promoter had clearly not drawn that many people. And but he had the money to pay the wrestlers.
Yeah, it wasn't 1PW.
I don't know any money. So he went to pay Brian Christopher. He gave him his envelope and he walked off. And then later in the night, And I don't know I can't remember if he gave him all of it back, but he definitely gave him a lot of the money back and said, look, I can clearly see you've not really drawn here, so you have the money, which is a nice thing of him to do, which you wrestlers doing that, do you? Very often.
No. I would say I have managed to sit, like, I've seen a few people talk about who worked at the British Wrestling Revival show, was it? And when it was Eddie Guerrero versus Doug Williams on Bravo. I know some guys who worked on that show, and they said, like, based off that night, I've not got a great opinion of him, but otherwise so and so. But then I've seen quite a lot of nice stories about him as well. Like Greg Burridge posted a really funny story about a rib he pulled on all the other wrestlers.
Now, is that Greg Burridge, Darren Burridge, or just Burridge?
It's Greg Burridge.
Right, Greg. So it's Pro Wrestling 101 Burridge, not Pro Wrestling Revolution Burridge. Or was it Revolution? That's what it was going to be, wasn't it?
Yeah,
the I nearly said who his co-investor was there. So not one PW, which was the Poker one. Okay, just checking. Okay, go on.
Yeah. But yeah, so he shared a room with Burridge, like Brian Christopher, pronouns pal. That's for Daryl.
Yep.
So they shared a room, and Brian Christopher snuck behind the desk in the hotel and managed to somehow work it that their room service will get charged to all the other wrestlers' rooms. So they ordered like £150 worth of stuff, like just filled themselves up, like got loads of sweets and crisps and drinks and everything. And then the next morning, the bit he enjoyed the most was they were sat in the foyer watching people like Vampiro get really angry when they got the hotel bills, and there's all these extra fees on it. I haven't had room service, and Brian Christopher just sat there with this massive grin on his face, knowing what he's done. See, those type of stories, like underneath everything that happened, he obviously was a good guy and stuff, and it's very sad that he's passed away.
Did Brian Christopher ever hold a title?
Probably.
Like, were they tag champions, or do you hold the European or the light heavyweight or something?
Got to have been a hardcore champ at some point, surely.
Well, so was he a champion? Because we're talking about Night of Champions, aren't we? Yeah. Tenuous link. Da-da-da-da-da-da. I know this all sounds strange because there's no pay-per-view called Night of Champions anymore, but we realised this week that we haven't gone back to 2008. And it's only a couple of weeks till SummerSlam. So basically that's what we're doing this week and next week, innit?
Yeah, if you want.
Yeah, we've caught up with the homework after a while.
The Irish supercar that we had to take us back in time, that we're not going to name for legal reasons, has been in the shop for MOT because it's a bit shaky nowadays. It's about 30-year-old.
Yeah, good. That's good. Always leave on a strong point. That's fine. We're going to talk about Night of Champions 2008 after this.
The Royal Grumble Podcast. You can't slander the dead.
We are the champions, my friends. I didn't know what Devour by Shinedown sounded like, so.
Was Shinedown the music?
Yeah, they played it.
Of course it was.
Oh, I hate Shinedown.
Did you not learn the lyrics?
No, I didn't this week, sorry.
Oh.
I'm busy. Little Mo Faarooq's been swimming.
Oh, yeah?
Not on his own. I held him up in water.
Yeah?
Yeah, we're alright.
Did you baptise him? Is that?
No.
No. Oh, actual swimming.
I'm not a priest. Not anymore.
No.
Not after the scandal. Like, that's why I can never go back to Cork.
Go back to where?
Cork.
Oh. It was a draft, weren't it?
Yeah.
Before Night of Champions.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
So I've got the draft here. I'll quickly run through it. So
love a draft before a
yeah.
pay-per-view.
So Raw got Rey Mysterio from SmackDown, CM Punk, current Money in the Bank holder from ECW, Michael Cole from SmackDown, Batista from SmackDown, and current ECW champion Kane from SmackDown. That's from ECW. They got all them on TV.
Yep.
In the supplemental draft, they got Jamie Noble, Juice, and Chuck Palumbo from SmackDown, Matt Striker, Layla, and Kofi Kingston from ECW.
So Jamie Noble, who, and Chuck Palumbo?
Juice off of Juice and Domino.
Oh, Juice, right, okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking like Juice, like Juice.
Oh, okay. So then SmackDown, they got Jeff Hardy, Jim Ross, Umaga, Mr. Kennedy, and Triple H, current WWE champion from Raw. And then in the supplemental draft, they got Trevor Murdoch, D.H. Smith, Brian Kendrick, and Maria from Raw, Big Daddy V, and Carlito, and then Big Daddy V and Shelton Benjamin from ECW. And ECW got Matt Hardy from SmackDown. And then in the supplemental draft, he was the current US champion, by the way. Then supplemental draft, they got Mark Henry, Hornswoggle, and Finlay from SmackDown, and Super Crazy from Raw. So, pop quiz.
Yep.
What have Chuck Palumbo, Trevor Murdoch and DH Smith and Big Daddy V got in common.
None of them had a match on the brand that they...
Pretty much. None of them appeared on the brand
Yeah.
because they got released from the contract before.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah.
What Shot Palumbo did?
Yeah.
I thought you will remember him.
Well, yeah, but
You will remember me! It actually hurts my throat to do it. It must have hurt the singer guy's throat.
Yeah, so that was the draft. Notable that Jim Ross got drafted to SmackDown. That was funny,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
without being told. Let's not forget that.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, wasn't told. They literally just went, right, when we... Because remember, they spent ages trying to find a new lead announcer, and they tried for Mike Goldberg, and he didn't want to go in the end, and they tried for Joey Styles, and then they didn't like him, and then they tried Mike Adley a bit, or whatever, and then basically they just went, right, we're just going to make it Michael Cole then.
Yeah, this was before as well. This was before the time when Jim Ross was always looking miserable.
Yeah.
And this isn't a Bell palsy thing.
I mean,
he's just
I was going
generally
to say only
miserable.
half of him looks miserable. Like the other half, you can't really do much about. So what do you want?
And you had a go at us for all Jimmy Savile stuff at the beginning of the show.
No, you're right. No, you're right. What you said is much better than me. You're right. Please
I'm not saying
join
I'm
me
better.
up here on the moral high ground.
I'm not saying I'm better.
You
I'm
climb
just saying
up that moral high ground
welcome.
ladder. Right. So anyway, this has permutations for this show because certain things must happen, otherwise certain things will not happen.
Yeah, so basically SmackDown has currently both the WWE and World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah, basically, SmackDown did all right, Raw did the best, and with the
ECW
exception of
got that
Triple
high.
H, Raw did the best, and ECW just got absolutely bombed.
Yeah.
Because I remember this is the one where Taz swears on air. Like literally, they go ECW only gets one draft, and I think they win that by because it's one of those ones where you win a match, you get a draft pick for your brand, and they win that by DQ. I'm pretty confident. And yeah, it's Matt Hardy, and I'm pretty sure Taz says the F word in response to that.
Yeah.
Also, I thought Umaga was on the show as well because wasn't this where Mike Adley goes,
Yeah.
"Oh, Maga."
Well, Umaga was drafted to SmackDown from Raw.
Oh, then no, it wasn't this one.
Okay.
There you go. Then.
So first match was a WWE Tag Team Championship match. It was champions John Morrison and The Miz versus Finlay and Hornswoggle.
Good tag team. Solid tag
Yeah.
team.
Yeah.
Who won?
Miz and Morrison.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pinned Hornswoggle when Hornswoggle fell off the top.
Not quite. So
Well,
Hornswoggle was on the
I
top
mean,
rope, going to do a tadpole splash.
Yeah, thereabouts.
Onto John Morrison. Finlay was on the apron, and Miz ran in and smashed him off the apron.
Yeah.
Hornswoggle just looked really confused, looking down at the floor at his dad, laying on the floor. Is it his dad or his carer?
Yeah, his dad. I think by this point it was officially his dad.
Or his owner. Keeps him in a cage.
Not anymore. By this point, they're mates.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember when he used to keep him under the ring and boot him under the ring afterwards?
Yeah.
Like, come out here,
Oh.
and he was called a little bastard. I'm allowed to say that. That's what he was
Yeah.
called.
What's his name?
What was he called?
I'm not going to say it again.
Little what?
I already said it.
Oh. I was hoping you were going to sing it in a Bart Simpson fashion.
Really?
Wait a minute, he stumped us on the Simpsons reference.
Bastard, 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 bastard.
Or it's when he's
Is that a real song?
It's when he's
It's when Homer has a half brother, and
Really?
yeah, and then they're driving to meet him, and Bart says, "Oh, he's a bastard then," and Marge is like, "We'll turn the car around and go home," and then Homer gets like sad, he's like, "Oh, I don't want to turn the car around and go home," and she says, "Well, it was an empty threat," and then
Oh.
Bart starts singing that song.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, "Oh
Ah.
brother, where art thou?"
Well, yeah, right, fair enough.
Okay.
Okay. Not Brother Can You Spare Two Dimes, which is the other one with Herb in it.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm just showing that I have some knowledge, all right? I'm just trying to gain back my pride. Go on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ms. Orison won. Fine.
Yeah.
I don't even like you. Chavo Guerrero with your favourite. What are you looking at?
Before that, there's a camera that pans down from the banners. So the banners in the entrance, they've got all the titles,
Yeah.
and it's on the US title because that's the next match, the US Championship match. But the banner next to it is a cruiserweight title,
Which I
and they've
noticed.
just photoshopped the ECW logo over it, over the text.
Seriously, that's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah,
That's
which is weird because on the ring apron they've got the proper ECW belt.
Yeah. That's phenomenal.
So
Straight up just like, Just reuse the cruiserweight banner. Don't do a real one.
So it's ooh Chavo.
Bum bum ba. Bam 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 bam. Neely is there as well. Remember Bam Neely?
No.
Yeah.
I forget he exists every month.
Yeah. Do you think Bam Neely's mom's like, who's that? It's like, it's me, your son, Bam Neely. Oh, yeah, okay, come in. Wait, who are you? I'm Bam Neely still. Oh, yeah, sorry, Bam, you're so forgettable. Bam Neely essentially was the inspiration for current Baron Corbin, wasn't he?
I would imagine so.
At least the look, anyway.
Yeah.
Bam Neely. The best member of La Familia. Remember that stable?
Yeah, you were on the show today.
Yeah, terrible, just really bad.
So it's
Kurt Hawkins, Zack Ryder, and Bam Neely, and Chavo Guerrero, the least interesting Guerrero in all his family, and I'm including Hector, who dressed up as a chicken. I'm only kidding. It was a rooster.
So it's Chavo Guerrero with Bam Neely versus Matt Hardy for the United States Championship, which was, it was mainly just Chavo working on Matt Hardy's knee.
Yep.
Until Matt Hardy hit a twist of fate out of nowhere.
Out of the Three Amigos, but yes, Jim Ross
Yeah.
does say out of nowhere. I noticed that.
Yeah.
They were all right.
Yeah.
Chavo Guerrero again, just being dragged up by his surname and the fact that he's associated with Edge.
I enjoyed this match.
Yeah, we're fine.
Yeah.
I really never liked Chavo Guerrero at the time, and I really don't like him now.
No.
No, it's probably unjustified. He annoys me because he's boring.
He makes a great appearance in season 2 of Glow.
I'll tell you right now, he doesn't. Even if he is in season 2 of Grow, it's not great because it's Chavo Guerrero.
Him and Carlito show up in last episode. It's
Right,
great.
well, immediately, again, being dragged up by Carlito and his hair.
Does he play Chavo Guerrero?
No, so he's in the first season as
Because
well.
he's the trainer, isn't he? Like,
Oh,
in real life,
yeah.
he's the trainer off of Glow.
Because one of his uncles trained the original Glow girls.
He taught Alison Brie to do, like, all the moves that she does in it. I mean, not all the moves.
Oh, okay.
You're thinking at first episode, aren't
Yeah, I am, yeah.
So they play a video package for McMahon's $1 Million Mania.
I knew you were going to
And,
bring this up, yeah.
And I forgot that the set fell on him.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I forgot, right? I remember the set falling on him. I forgot that they prefaced that by massive cartoon explosions.
Oh, I remember
He's just
all
at the desk and
this.
he's like, oh, something's going on. Boom, whoa, cartoon explosion. And then the set falls on him. I thought it was just set up like randomly the set falls on him. But no, it's prefaced by basically a Wile E. Coyote situation where like, he's chipping away, and then the cliff falls off instead of the actual edge.
It reminds me of like...
Paul, I can't feel my legs. Paul, you know it's real because I said Paul.
It reminds
I
me of
can't
like a
feel my
theme park
legs.
ride where they've got like a bit that like collapses or something, and you can see it set up so it can be instantly rebuilt.
It's basically Jaws the ride, isn't it?
Yeah.
That were all right.
Oh,
That's
it'd been
gone now.
It'd have been great if a shark pops up and bit him. That's
That
why
would
he
have
could
been
feel his
better.
legs.
That would have been better, and then he could have jumped over the shark there. Nah, it's all right. It was a good year. This. Carry on.
Next match, Mark Henry versus Big Show versus Kane for the ECW Championship.
Like, if you thought the real ECW, like what non-connoisseurs would call the real ECW was dead when Kane won the title, or when Vince McMahon won the title. I mean, I remember being really like, I can't believe Mark Henry won the ECW title at this time, because, I was one of them.
So Mike Adamley, at the start of the match, says over £1,200 of angry athletes.
Yep.
They then do the championship introductions,
Yep.
where they announce the weights of the athletes.
Splendid.
So I've done a bit of wrestling maths. Can you do me a jingle that's similar to Wrestler Fashions, please?
Wrestling maths.
Thanks. So Big Show is £441.
£441.
Mark Henry is £392.
£392.
Kane is £323.
£323. I'm trying to do the mental math.
I've got it here, mate.
Yeah, not 1,200.
Grand total, £1,156. Not over £1,200 of angry athletes.
See, there's the problem. Is he said over.
Yeah,
If he said £1,200, I would have let him off. Why?
rounding.
You round up, exactly. You round
Yeah.
up. The 56 rounds up to 1,200.
Yeah.
Remember that, kids. Wrestling maths.
So they've chucked Kane outside early on, and Big
Yep.
Show and Mark Henry have a little headlock shoulder.
That's what
block
people
on.
want, mate. It's what
Yeah.
people want. Give the ECW crowd what they want. To the extreme.
So Kane's on the outside.
Yep.
Mike Adamley again. Kane is next to our broadcast thing.
You
And then
don't know what table
Taz
is.
has to tell him it's a table.
Yeah.
I actually did watch last week during the off period of G1 Rise and Fall of ECW.
Yeah.
I fancied watching it one day, and I can't wait for him to release the rise and fall and slight climb up and then falling down the rest of the cliff of ECW.
Doesn't
be a
Mike Adamley
great
have like
documentary.
dementia now?
Yeah, we brought this up before, and that's why I think we agreed not to make fun of him that
I don't
much.
care.
I think on the Royal Rumble episode is when we agreed that.
Yeah.
Because we made fun of him saying Jeff Harvey and said,
Yeah,
well, he's
yeah,
got
it-
dementia,
yeah.
so we shouldn't really make fun.
Yeah, it didn't last. Well, if you're gonna put him in the broadcast booth, like you can let him away with the odd mistake, but then you go, "Hey, this guy really sucks at interviews. You know what? I bet he would be really good at commentary. Get that nerd Styles back to the wrestling website. He was on American Gladiators."
Kane
Is this
super
before or after he becomes a GM?
Before.
Before, I know.
Kane superplexed Big Show.
Sort of.
Yeah, in a way.
Yeah, he didn't even get on turnbuckle. He's just like,
No.
oh, superplex. Hit in a bit.
Then Mark Henry big splash Kane and.
I mean,
pins him to
he
the belt.
flies in with that splash, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Like, the speed of Mark Henry, he sprints in and lobs himself on him. He's good. I'll give him that.
And that's the end of the match.
Great. Mark Henry is the true ECW champion.
I can't say I enjoyed this one as much as the Chavo Guerrero match, to be honest.
Isn't this the week before they get the silver belt, though? So, like,
think
good
so.
times are on their way.
Yeah.
I wonder who the linear ECW champion is.
Carry on and we'll let him do his
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Like, I think you're getting up to
Ezekiel Jackson. It is Ezekiel Jackson. This is what you
No.
call domination. It's a combination of skills and concentration.
What?
So rise to the
But
occasion.
what messes?
Do something amazing. Because anything that I do, I dominate it.
What messes up the linear championship is that Rhino was the last holder.
Right.
So like, because he went to TNA and stuff, and that it might mess it up. I don't know.
Didn't he? He probably lost that belt in a sack at some point.
Yeah.
Right. 3 fictional points for who can guess who the linear ECW champion is. I managed to
RVD.
find it out. Wrong.
Jeff Jarrett.
Wrong.
Okay, we'll have one more guess.
Yeah.
But is it a former original ECW alumni?
No.
Okay. I will guess Triple H.
No.
Oh.
Triple H is not even in the linear list. That's really surprising to me.
Yeah, because he wants to bury everyone.
Zack Ryder.
No. It's Batista.
Why?
So, Randy Orton defeated Rhino.
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes beat Randy Orton next. Randy Orton beat him. Wade Barrett, Randy Orton, Wade Barrett, Randy Orton, Kane, Randy Orton, Sheamus, CM Punk, John Cena, Dolph Ziggler, John Cena, Daniel Bryan, Randy Orton, Daniel Bryan, Randy Orton, Kofi Kingston, Alberto Del Rio, Batista, Alberto Del Rio, Dolph Ziggler, Christian, Sheamus, Batista.
So is it basically the next time that Batista loses a match, he loses the linear
Loses
ECW
a televised singles match.
Ah, okay. All right.
That's the rule.
Splendid.
So, yeah, Randy Orton... Oh, actually... you see. This is based off of the WWE ECW Championship. Randy Orton beat Ezekiel Jackson.
See, who was the real ECW
Right,
champion?
keep-
So there
keep
you go.
going with the show, and
'cause
I will
was
find
saying,
out
'cause if you
information.
think about it, Rhino was around during the invasion and must have lost some
Yeah.
matches on there. That's why I was a bit confused about that. So anyway, Eve Torres backstage interview with Batista and asked him the question everyone wants to know: How
Have
big?
you shagged Maria?
how
sorry.
big is Batista?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Penis. I can't remember what she asked him, but
Who cares?
Cena and
John
Batista.
Cena's like, all right, I'm
Yeah.
going to win the title. And he's like, oh, I'm going to win the title. Well, we'll both be champions.
And then Smelly CM Punk rocks up.
Yeah. He's like, oh, I've got a briefcase, guys. And like, oh, we got a match. Sorry. Bye.
World Tag Team Championship match. Cody Rhodes and Hardcore Holly, the champions,
Yes.
versus Ted DiBiase Jr. and a mystery partner.
3-star Cody.
Before we get into this, because I've got some stuff to add to this
Okay.
one as well. So, I found the list up until last September 2017.
Okay.
The lineal ECW champion at that point was Ricochet.
Hilarious. Oh, some people be absolutely jumping in their chairs right now.
Mark Andrews is a linear champion, according to this.
Go on, Mark. Bring it back to Wales.
But yeah,
Wales is really the ECW of Britain, isn't it?
The Philadelphia of Britain.
I was going to say I literally was going to go with what I actually said, but all right.
Why is it the ECW?
Well, like England takes all best stuff from it, but like they let them be their own thing for a while until they eventually decided that they needed to absorb them.
There was a 4-year period where the ECW a 5-year period where technically the ECW championship was exclusive in New Japan talent.
Right, good.
Oh,
We move on to the next match because we've got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, it's Cody Rhodes and Alcohol Ollie versus Ted DiBiase Jr. and a mystery partner.
I
did not see this coming.
Right,
DiBiase's music.
The worst music ever.
I don't remember him having this music.
I remember it.
Absolutely dreadful.
It's really terrible. Like straight up, someone has gone because his opening promo when he showed up on Raw, he was like, Ted DiBiase Senior was like, "Oh, my son's here, Ted DiBiase Jr. Bye now," and he was like, "Oh yeah, everybody's got a price, but me, I'm simply priceless." And someone's gone, right, that's his thing. His dad was that everyone's got a price. This guy, he's priceless. Just make a song that says priceless. And they go, priceless. Yeah, I'm priceless.
You know
and
the
I
worst
don't
part
have a
about
price on me because I'm priceless.
The worst part about the music is that it's quiet enough
Priceless.
that you can hear he gets zero reaction coming to the ring.
Oh yeah, I'm priceless. I don't have a price. I'm unlabeled, if anything, because I'm Ted DiBiase Jr.
Like MasterCard, but outside of the copyright rules.
Priceless. Straight up, someone went, just make a song about that. Is it better or worse than I Come From Money, the second Ted DiBiase Jr. theme tune?
I don't remember that one.
There was a remix of Priceless.
Yeah, which was a
think.
bit better.
I don't know if that came...
Did it go, priceless?
It was about twice the speed of
Yeah.
this one. And it had electric guitar in it rather than country acoustic.
I
Go on.
think it was better.
All right,
Yeah.
good.
The match starts with DiBiase on the microphone saying that his partner's on his way. So they start the match. Cody goes to start, but Ted says, "No, I want to wrestle Hardcore Holly," which I don't think anyone's ever said. So,
David Starr definitely didn't say it, did he?
No.
Stop folding my t-shirts.
So Hardcore Holly tags in, and then Cody Rhodes just spins him around and DDTs him.
Yeah, because they don't have a finish yet, does he?
No.
Seriously, neither of these get a finisher for another year.
I'm surprised he's not got the overdrive.
You didn't. He probably did use it for a while, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't even think he's at that point. Well, remember, that's what the Crossroads is, though.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, so that's why, because he didn't develop the overdrive until like a year later.
So he then walks over and tags Ted DiBiase in.
Yeah, who technically I think would have been the legal man anyway, so it's all right.
Yeah, and then he pins Bob Holly.
So does that make him a 2-time tag team champion?
Well, they announced themselves as new tag team champions.
So that's same question.
Well, if he's a new tag team champion, then I assume it's a separate reign. So yeah.
There you go then. Thank you.
Yeah.
Good.
I mean, he could have made this easier for himself and not annoyed Bob Holly.
Yeah, but he probably just don't want to be part of Bob Holly's tag team anymore.
No, but he could have
Bob
just
Holly makes him wear the same colour trunks.
You know when the referee's saying to Ted DiBiase, well, you can forfeit if you've not got a partner. Cody Rhodes could have just gone over Bob Holly's shoulder and gone, we forfeit, and ran off. And
yeah, but then Bob Holly would be like, no, we don't, and they're at an impasse.
No, because the forfeit and referee's wrong bell.
No, they're at an impasse.
He could
It
hold his
wouldn't
mouth.
work.
He could hold his mouth as he said it and then run off.
If he doesn't kick up Bob Holly, he has to spend all his time wearing Bob Holly green. Do you notice they were both in Bob Holly green?
I did notice that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go, yeah.
I would have liked it better if
He was wearing the same colour as Ted DiBiase?
or
would've
that
been
if
better.
Holly wasn't wearing green, and he was, because green's like cash in it.
Yeah,
So like that, I think that would have.
that would have been better.
yeah.
But they hadn't thought about it, have they?
No, not like.
Or
I
they're
thought
really
about
trying
it.
to swerve.
Yeah. So we cut to Todd Grisham interviewing JBL in his luxury suite.
Right. It's more of the same JBL character from last month, isn't it? Is
Yeah.
JBL cutting boring, rambling promos because he's not on the show?
What I did like was the line that I am Texas's favourite New Yorker,
Shit.
which got quite a bit of heat.
Yeah.
No, Mama Joanna, whatever it's called.
No, but he's got a successful business, don't forget.
Yeah, which is Mama Joanna.
Just more boring JBL.
And
Don't even crack a smile.
I've not even looked at next month's pay-per-view, but I don't know if he gets a title shot, because he says as far as becoming a champion, it's a matter of not if, but when.
Yeah. He literally asked Todd Grisham, why am I not on this show? Todd went, well, you're not a champion. He went, oh, I'm a champion in life.
Have you seen Todd Grisham's ripped now?
No, but all
he
right.
posted a picture with his kid or something, and he's
Who's
there
more
like,
ripped, Todd Grisham or Dave Meltzer?
Todd Grisham.
Take that, Meltzer, you loser.
How about Todd Grisham or Michael
Nerd.
Cole? Because he's quite ripped. Get back to me on that.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, I'll have to investigate.
Intercontinental title match. Champion Chris Jericho with Lance Cade versus surprise opponent.
Right, I didn't know that this was a surprise opponent because on the network it tells you who his face is.
Yeah.
So until you detailed it for me and then it shows on the show, and I was like, oh god, look who's getting a title shot again. No, it's his first time. Unbelievably, it's his first time. So everyone's expecting or hoping that it was going to be Shawn Michaels at this point, weren't they? Because they were feuding.
I think so, yeah.
And
But
Jericho's like...
On Raw, him and Lance Cade had just beat him up. I don't know if they rammed his head into Jericho.
Yeah, that had happened first, and then the next...
Because he got an eye.
They rammed him into table again. They did the
yeah.
Cheritron already, and then Lance Cade comes in and lobs him into table.
So it's Kofi Kingston, fresh off of the belt from ECW.
Oh.
See what I did there?
Yeah, do you?
Yeah. And he... Oh, my notes
he has his first...
just deleted itself.
Splendid. He has his...
No, they haven't. They're here. I've got them, lads. It's all right.
Well, he has his first ever Intercontinental Championship slot. Like, that was 10 years ago. 10 years ago was his first one. There you go.
Yeah.
He probably hasn't even had a match with Dolph Ziggler by this point.
No, he won't.
No, he won't have. That's what I mean. He won't have.
Brands, yeah. So this is Kofi Kingston when he were all right, weren't it?
And when he was Jamaican.
Yeah. Were Jamaican be crazy?
You know who...
His two mates weren't even in WWE at this point.
No.
Michael Cole and Jerry the King Lawler, I don't think they'll watch ECW because they had their input on Kofi Kingston was he's a nice guy and he's always smiling.
Yep.
That's it.
Super smiling.
That's all they say about him. I mean, let's be honest, he is pretty much an accessory to a feud in this match, even though it is quite a good match.
Yeah, I agree with that, but why, as a fan, should I care about somebody? Oh, he's always smiling.
Jamaican.
Yeah, good point.
Jamaican me crazy, Kofi. It's post that.
It is, yeah.
That was his first night in ECW as a commentator.
So Jericho
everyone's waiting for Shawn Michaels to show up.
Yeah, Jericho
just say
beats
what
him
we're
up
thinking.
outside for a bit. And then Jericho uses the abdominal stretch, which you don't see very often anymore.
No.
I'm a big fan of the abdominal stretch.
They were all right, wasn't it? It was a good spot for someone who's becoming a heel, isn't it?
Yeah. So basically, Shawn Michaels runs in and he runs through a crowd. He takes out Lance Cade. He gets up on the apron. Jericho pushes him off. Kofi hits the Trouble in Paradise and wins via pinfall.
I thought this match was pretty good.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I thought it was really good.
Best match so far. The night.
Yeah.
And also very enjoyable because it puts Kofi Kingston over. It furthers the feud with Chris Jericho and Shawn Michaels. Gets the Intercontinental title off him, whilst also making it look important. Because also it's not just a roll-up finish as well, which would have been really easy to do. Kofi actually smacks him with like you said, with his finisher.
Yeah. So there's a trainer comes down to ringside because Shawn Michaels needs help after he knocked off the apron. Jericho gets out of the ring, and referees and trainers get between them. Jericho gets close up to punch HBK in his injured eye.
Yeah.
And he just looks.
I didn't
like
know
a
that
heel.
Joey Barton ref was already with WWE at this point because he's part of the pull apart.
Oh, there you go.
Is that him whose son were? Braun
It's
Strowman's?
still Nicholas, yeah.
Yeah. So backstage, Alicia Fox is planning the wedding of Vicky Guerrero and Edge. I can't see how this will go wrong.
No idea how that would go wrong. Did you see Alicia Fox throw Ronda Rousey around this weekend?
No, because I saw Ronda Rousey was going to have a match, and I was like, I'm not watching this because they're going to ruin her.
Yeah, no, she didn't have a match yet. She's having a match tomorrow night, or may have already happened depending on where people are listening to this, on Raw against Alicia Fox. But previous week, Alicia Fox lobbing Ronda Rousey about on Raw.
Yeah.
Good.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Ruined.
No, it's not good. It's a bad idea.
Ruined.
Well, it'll be fine if she just absolutely packs her and smacks her about a bit and beats her in about 20 seconds. Alicia Fox. There you go.
Edge gets mad when Zack Ryder and Hawkins suggests he may need help. He lists off his credentials, and if you get a chance to watch this, if you've not already, he lists off how many times he's champion. I'm like, oh, you've lost a lot of matches, mate.
Yeah, because of that time when him and John Cena switched the belt every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It got really silly then.
So the next match was a women's championship match. It was Mickie James, the champion, versus Can I Have a Great British Grumble?
The Great British Grumble.
Versus Katie Lee Burchill and Paul Burchill.
Yes, the
Incest.
shagging siblings. Did they get known as that on TV?
No.
They never actually said it, did they?
No.
They were like, it was like, oh, anything my sister wants, I give her. Including my penis. What? I didn't say nothing. It's all right, corporal, I'm a governor, I'm a pirate man.
Katie Lee from Chelsea, England.
Chelsea.
Yeah.
Very good.
I don't think she
She
is.
used to get off with Alex Shane, didn't she?
I've
Yeah,
heard
she did.
rumours.
She
Okay.
did. No, they were. Yeah.
Okay.
She's with Grado and Joe Hendry now on TNA on Impact.
Yeah,
See,
it's called Impact, mate. Don't know if
Yeah.
you know. It's called Impact.
Yeah, mate.
It's because of all that last week. It's got in my head now.
Good.
You've ruined it for me.
What we ruined TNA.
It's
for you?
called TNA. We agree with that.
She just worked over. Katie Lee worked over Mickie James' shoulder. It was pretty poor, and Mickie James did a DDT and beat her.
Yeah, it was really bad and boring.
Yeah. One thing. Do you think if if Katie Lee and Paul Burchill, not in this gimmick because I realise this won't get on TV, but came round like now, they'd be bigger stars, wouldn't they?
Well, yeah, but they also wouldn't be like brother and sister and wouldn't be shagging on
No,
telly.
but like Paul Burchill, he were all right from what I remember.
You know, Paul Burchill, what? So, with a lot like the big lads on indies now who can be very athletic, he was the precursor for all of them. Like, the fact that he could do Spanish flies and shooting star press and stuff at his height and size was unlike anything anywhere in the world, really.
Yeah.
And WWE put him in a pirate gimmick.
What's wrong with that? The pirate gimmick got over more than any other Paul Burchill gimmick. Oh, he's gone quiet because he knows that's true. Pirate gimmick was actually the problem with the pirate gimmick wasn't that it was a bad gimmick because Paul Burchill actually played it quite well. It was quite amusing. It was a perfectly good undercard gimmick. The problem with the pirate gimmick, and literally this is why he got taken off TV, was because Vince hadn't seen the Pirates of the Caribbean film, so he went, "Why is he a pirate? No one likes pirates anymore."
Anymore?
Yeah. Why? No one likes pirates anymore. And they're like, literally, one of the biggest films at the box office. Get that damn pirate off my show.
I'll
Make
tell you
my
what people
sister-
do like. Incest.
But remember, this is the guy. Didn't he pitch once to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he
he
did.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Um,
If you're wondering which one it is, yeah, it is that one.
he's not gay incest, is he? Text results from the text poll they've been running all night. Basically, who do you think is going to win belt?
Danny and Jack.
Yeah. They think Cena's going to win it 30%, Batista 32%. Both of them win the belt 31%. Neither of them win it 7%. The 7%ers were right, spoiler alert.
Yeah, take that, losers. I was amused that Batista only won over both.
Yeah.
Like, just Batista, not John Cena.
Next match, World Heavyweight Championship match. Edge, the champion, versus Batista.
Last time ever.
Brilliant video package before.
Yeah, bloody good that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, cracking. Because like Edge has theoretically put the Undertaker out of WWE forever, which is totally going to stay out forever.
Yeah, I can't see Undertaker coming back.
No chance he'd come back for
No.
anything.
I mean, I just want to say on that one, the Undertaker's on the poster.
Yeah, no, he's not though, is he? Because that's at Night of Champions every year, or at least for 2 or 3 years, they had pictures of all the champions. But every time before they got to the show, they'd replace the champions, so they'd have to Photoshop people in.
Yeah,
There's one
'cause-
where like Edge is, I think Edge on the poster has the Undertaker's gloves on. Take a look at the poster, see if he has the Undertaker's gloves
I
on.
know the poster I've got is Undertaker.
Right, well, okay, hold on.
No, there's one where the champions are holding the belts in a weird way. I think if you look at me, Graeme, I know it's not great for broadcast.
Yeah, it's like
they hold it like
that's,
that.
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And then I think that's the poster you're talking about. But yeah, this,
There was a version of this that the same thing happened on, though.
Okay.
Definitely.
So it's a brilliant video package. What it does is it highlights. It does what a video package should do, but like it was good for me because I'm not watching the TVs between, so it shows like all the little intricacies of what happened, and it's a good little reminder. But it was well done, and I was under the impression Batista was already on Raw for the amount of involvement he had in the Shawn Michaels Jericho feud. I didn't realise he was meant to be a SmackDown wrestler.
Yeah, this row at the time. They were like, well, do what we want. Oh, draft. Best keep to it for a week.
So early on in the match, Batista's sent flying over the ECW announce desk. Mike Adamley and the Taz are still sat there, and they haven't been needed since the third match.
Oh,
we're currently on match number 7. So Vince just makes them sit out there and watch the rest of the show.
Wouldn't you?
Well, yeah, but I just think it's funny that he makes them do it.
It is quite funny.
So you get this sense of like desperation, I think, from Edge. So he's beating Batista up and he's going for pins and stuff, but he can't finish him off, and he's got like this like manic look in his eyes, which I thought were pretty cool because from the promo we did earlier with Hawkins and Ryder, where he said he didn't need the help.
Yeah.
Funny spot in this, Batista goes to the top rope, and then, which he never does, jumps off and Edge drop kicks him. I didn't understand why he even bothered going to the top rope.
Bants.
Oh yeah.
Isn't this also the one where Michael Cole goes, I don't think I've ever seen Batista go to the top rope before, and he's done it like a month before.
It would have been JR because it was Jared McFoley on this
Wow.
one, but yeah.
Wow.
Hawkins, Ryder, and Vicky Guerrero come down to the ring.
Of course they do.
So Batista hits a spine buster, which JR calls the Batista bomb. and he
Of course he does.
and he goes for the pin.
Yeah.
Vicky gets out of the wheelchair to stop the count. Edge in the melee bails out of the ring, and the referee counts to 7, and Edge pulls him out of the ring and hits him.
Mm-hmm.
So on commentary, they're going, well, that's a DQ. Edge has won the belt. Edge is still the champion.
Yeah.
Vicky's getting at the microphone and calls for another referee to come out.
Yeah.
Which doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. You could say it would make more sense for her to call for another referee to come out and just call the DQ. But yeah, go on.
Yeah. So another referee does come out. Ooh, Chavo.
Double the pay. Double pay.
A double bam.
Almost, yeah. Double Bam Neely. That's what people really want. Why was Bam Neely not the ref? Is that because people wouldn't know that he wasn't actually a ref?
Yeah, they'd have thought, oh, Chavo's
Oh, look, there's
ref
a
out.
tall ref.
Yeah.
No, that's Bam Neely. Sorry, son, I forgot you again.
Now, I watched this bit with you, Graeme.
Yeah.
I didn't remember what happened, and you didn't remember what happened, did you?
No.
So, Bam Neely and Chavo are coming down to the ring. As this is happening, Batista pulls Vicky Guerrero into the ring.
Yes.
So at this point, all the wrestlers of La Familia are all gathered outside now.
Yeah, because I'm thinking he pulls Vicky Guerrero in, and I'm thinking, oh, this is going to be like someone's going to. It's a hope spot, and it's like, oh, he's going to hit her. Oh no, something happens.
Yeah, so he's he's got her and he's kind of looking at them outside, and they're not wanting to get in case he does anything. He then lifts her.
Yeah, but they line up, don't they? That's why I was like, hold on.
Yeah, he lifts her over his head and throws her.
In a gorilla. Let's be clear. It's a gorilla press lift, so you know that's the one where they're supposed to sort of show him off a little bit, aren't they?
Yeah.
There's no showing off. Now, my theory is he picked her up and he misjudged what he was going to do. He was like, right, I'm just going to pick her up, I'll hold her for a little while, and then oh no, down she goes.
Oh no, don't want another Umaga situation.
Oh dear. She just gets lobbed, straight up lobbed.
Yeah, so then that happens. Edge sneaks in the other side of the ring, smashes him in the face with world title. Chavo gets in the ring and counts to 3.
Yep.
And Edge wins.
Yep.
This match was mint.
Chance. Yeah, we're good. Yeah,
we're mint.
Proper good for a ultimate opportunity style heel, innit?
Yeah.
Something's up with mine.
And then I quite liked the aftermath to this because I thought Edge would be a bit more concerned, but he's not. He's basically just tells everybody else, pick her up, put her in a chair, and if they put her in a wheelchair, just push her into the back. And then Batista gets.
She's so bloody brave.
She's only got minor women's whiplash. So then Batista leaves via the Johnny Storm pop.
Yeah, of course he does. Yeah, obviously we went for the Johnny Storm pop.
Yeah. Backstage, Todd Grisham asks for Triple H's final thoughts, and Triple H replies, "To do what I should have done 2 years ago, bury him." He don't say bury him, but
yeah, but it's implied, didn't it?
Yeah, because they've been building up all show, and I'm guessing in the Raws as well that It's the first time that Triple H and Cena.
It is the first time that the first time they've had a match since that WrestleMania main event where
22?
John Cena defeated him. 22.
Yeah. So it's main event time. WWE Heavyweight Championship. So Raw's still not got a world title at this point.
Yeah, so it's obvious what's going to happen here, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's John Cena who's on Raw versus Triple H, the champion who's got drafted to SmackDown.
Yeah, so Cena winning it easy. Obvious.
Well,
obvious.
Let's find out. It is obvious, but let's find out. So
giving away the finishes, really.
Yeah, Triple H has been on some beds. He was a bit fantastic, weren't he? He had a bit of David Dickinson's going on. To be honest, I thought he blacked up.
Oh, God. Dan, tell him.
He's not even listening. He's been playing on his phone for that whole thing that I was reading out for.
I was actually listening.
Did you hear that bit where I were like really racist?
What, you said that thing he blocked up?
No, before that.
You didn't say anything really racist before.
Oh, you didn't hear it? You'll have to play it back and listen to it then.
No, you're playing with me now.
I weren't racist.
Okay.
I
tried to zone out too, to be honest, and I was literally having a conversation.
Yeah, you were playing on your phone as well for a bit of it.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Let's
try my best here.
Yeah.
I've made notes and everything.
Yeah. Okay. Let's.
I mean, if we want to be completely honest, the reason I'm not in fit talking about these
don't need to be completely honest. Move on.
No, I'll be completely honest. My
Please
network
don't.
packed in, and I couldn't watch these last two matches.
It's all right, lads. I've got you sorted. So it was a slow-paced start to the match. John Cena does his weird top rope leg drop, which I love. I love that move. Yeah,
is it because of the amount of effort it goes to setting it up?
Yeah, and it's so clumsy and like it's unnecessary. He don't need to do it, but I love it. I love it that he does it. The telling this story, which is a bit, I don't know, it's a bit funny that like John Cena can't hit the 5-knuckle shuffle.
Well, I mean, you got to hit the big moves, don't you?
Yeah, so he goes to do it for the first time, and Triple H just puts his feet up and pushes him away.
Yep.
He goes to do it the second time, and I think Triple H just gets up mid-move and
pretty much,
knees him in face.
Yeah, what literally everyone else should do. Yeah.
Yeah. So the trade punches, which is the boo yay spot. So everyone's booing when Cena hits Triple H.
Of course they are.
And everyone's cheering for top babyface Triple H.
Yep.
When he's not letting Cena bury him.
Naturally.
Yeah. John Cena finally hits a 5-knuckle shuffle on the third attempt. And then locks in an STFU. Triple H gets to the ropes.
Still called that at this point, by the way, which I enjoyed.
Cena releases the hold, pulls Triple H to the middle of the ring, goes to put the hold back on. Triple H counters into a crippler crossface, lads.
Oh, God.
It's a crippler crossface.
I think they just call it the crossface.
It's a crossface.
Are you just trying to get a reaction from him now? Because I just want to check.
Yeah, I'm just trying to entertain you all.
They do just call it a crossface, let's be clear.
That's one thing when I watch Rise and Fall of ECW every day. There's a lot of him on it.
Yeah, there will be.
Advert for his documentary before the actual thing.
Hard knocks.
That he can't skip.
You don't know how hard.
So, from the crossface position, John Cena somehow lifts Triple H into an FU position.
Yeah.
But it's mental.
So strong,
it's solid, isn't it?
Well, yeah, he's strong, but I'm just saying it's mental.
Yeah.
And then, I still can't figure out in my head how he does it, but Triple H counters from an FU into a pedigree.
He grabs the arm and spins it around.
Yeah, but I've watched it back a few times. I still couldn't figure out how he did it.
Watch harder.
And then he hits pedigree and wins the match. So Raw's screwed. Got no champions on, no heavyweight champion on Raw.
Yeah. Well, right. Are we gonna do that now? Or are we gonna do that after the next?
Well, it's up to you, mate.
Well, I think we should do it next week.
Okay. Well, I don't know what's going to happen.
No, but I think we should see what happens and resolve the story next week.
Yeah, don't spoil it for me. I've not seen it.
Well, we're going to move on to the next pay-per-view next week anyway, aren't we?
What's the next one?
The Bash.
The Great American Bash.
Is it the Great American Bash?
On the poster, the Bash is in big letters, but it says Great American just above it in tiny letters.
Right, it's the Great American Bash.
Yeah.
It's previous to them actually calling it the Bash.
The year after, it's just called the Bash.
It's just the Bash.
Yeah.
There you go. So,
Bash
yeah.
The Bishop.
Yes, splendid. Well, we'll carry on our 2008 rewind next week. Right, that's it for the Royal Grumble for this week. Don't forget to go to facebook.com/Royal Grumble, twitter.com/Royal Grumble Pod. Don't forget, we're about halfway through now, but you can still get your G1 wall charts at royalgrumblepodcast.g1.
If you want a digital one, I'll email you one for £1.
There you go. royalgrumblepodcast.bigcartel.com. Let us know, or email us at royalgrumblepod@gmail.com. That is it. Say goodbye, Dan.
Goodbye.
Say goodbye, Daryl.
Goodbye, Daryl.
Goodbye, everybody.